Guys, before I bring you the full details about this tragic news, I really need to take some time to set the record straight, because on Sunday, I made probably one of my worst videos of all time. And it's not the fact that I reported the news of Kobe Bryant's tragic passing, because that's what my channel's about. I bring you guys news, and whether it's good news or bad news, I will always bring you guys news. But it's the way it was done. And I just feel as if the way it was done just paints me out to be a very bad human being. And I just wanted to tell you guys what happened that day and how things happened the way they were. Guys, the night before, I was out celebrating my mom's birthday and my one of my best friend's birthdays. I was up till 5 in the morning. I did drink a lot. So I woke up at 9:30 a.m. by my brother to the horrible news. I literally got on the internet and he started sending me as many sources as he possibly could about the information. One of them being the helicopter footage that I believed was the actual helicopter footage at the scene of the crime. And on top of that, some misinformation about all of his daughters dying as opposed to the 9 people that did die. So I just wanted to set the record straight. I made a horrible mistake, and I definitely did learn from it. Hopefully I'd never have to make a video like that again, but in the future I'd probably live stream whenever something traumatic or tragic like this happens, so I could get you guys the news as it's happening, and I can make sure that no misinformation spreads. After I have all of the information, that's when I can go ahead and make my video that'll stand alone that you guys could refer to in the future. I really am sorry, guys. It really just drove me nuts that not only did one of my idols died, but at the same time, I completely botched the reporting of his death. And I hope you guys could forgive me, and I hope you guys could believe me when I say I will strive to be better in the future. So I have some additional details about the incident, including a reported picture, and I'm going to cite my sources 100% just in case this doesn't happen, with the links in the description down below, just in case that you guys are having trouble with any of this. There are pictures of the actual accident, and here's one of them right in front of you. This was taken by a man who was riding a mountain bike with a friend, who captured photographs of the fire after witnessing the helicopter shortly before 10 a.m. The guy said that out of the fog came a helicopter and it slammed into the mountainside about 200 feet from where we were standing. We were close enough that we could feel the air from the propellers. There was a huge fireball, he said. One of the helicopter doors landed about 10 to 15 feet away from us. Helicopter parts were flying everywhere. There was very little left of the helicopter. We didn't realize that Kobe Bryant was in the helicopter until we got back down to the parking lot, he added. Just the fact that a whole helicopter full of people crashed was shocking to us. And for those of you guys that didn't know, the LA was notorious for being extremely foggy in the early mornings and late at nights, especially if I remember Saturday night and Sunday morning. The pilot's name is Ara Zubayan, and he asked for what is known as a special visual flight rules clearance to fly by sight in worse than normal visibility in the controlled airspace. As a matter of fact, according to ESPN, recordings between the pilot and air traffic controllers indicate that the pilot received guidance from the controllers as he navigated through the dense fog. Prior to the crash, LAPD had grounded all police helicopters, declaring weather conditions did not meet the standard for flight. The National Transportation Safety Board and FBI are actively investigating the site of Kobe Bryant's crash. But according to Jennifer Homendy, a member of the National Transportation Safety Board, she said, "We look at a man, a machine, and the environment, and weather is just a small portion of that. Radar data also indicates that the chopper climbed 2,300 feet and then began a left descending turn. The aircraft didn't have a black box, nor was it required to." In addition to Kobe Bryant, and this is the part of my video that I really once again apologize that I completely botched. I made that video within an hour of the news coming out. This time I'm definitely making sure I got it right. I waited a couple of days to make sure I got you guys all of the facts. In addition to Kobe Bryant, age of 41, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, the victims included were a college baseball coach named John Altobelli, his daughter Alyssa Altobelli, and his wife Carrie Altobelli. girls basketball coach Christina Mauser, mom Sarah Chester, and her 13-year-old daughter Peyton Chester, and Zabayan, who was the man flying the helicopter. So what we're probably going to get updated on next is why Kobe Bryant was flying in such scary conditions. I told you guys that Kobe was notorious for taking a helicopter from his home in Newport Beach to Laker games, and he also did the same thing with his daughter's games just to avoid traffic. And Newport Beach from Staples Center is typically about 50 miles away. So here's the worst part. A longtime airplane pilot named Robert Ditchy said that this was totally avoidable. And on the part of some people, I can go as far as to say irresponsible. Here's one of the most important people in the world who comes to a tragic end like this, and you say, why? What the hell happened? They're in the fog, and you're down hugging the ground, trying to fly up the highway and barely able to see it. He's down only 100 feet or so above the ground. In that area of the San Fernando Valley, you have mountains on either side of you, and the clouds have obscured them, and you don't have that much room to maneuver. Los Angeles County Sheriff Alex Villanueva said the precise conditions when the crash occurred are still under investigation, but he acknowledged there was an issue with visibility and a low ceiling on Sunday. Los Angeles County Sheriff Alex Villanueva said that on Monday, officials with the coroner's office were recovering the remains from the crash scene, and he said it's a very difficult task. It's going to take a while. So far, they removed 3 bodies from the site on Sunday night. And if you guys didn't hear, TMZ was scolded by the police for breaking news of Kobe Bryant's death before his family could be notified. And pretty much what happened was Vanessa apparently found out about this news from a media outlet named TMZ as opposed to a officer knocking at her door. An officer said it would be extremely disrespectful to understand that your loved one perished and you learned about it from TMZ. That is just wholly inappropriate. And the sheriff Tim Murakami tweeted out, "I am saddened that I was gathering facts as a media outlet reported that Kobe had passed. I understand getting the scoop, but please allow us time to make personal notifications to their loved ones. It's very cold to hear of a loss via media. It breaks my heart." TMZ did not immediately return a request for comment. Finally, the last detail about Kobe Bryant's tragic passing that I have for you guys is that his father was finally seen the day after his passing. Here's a picture of him from Coleman Rayner of thedailymail.com. And obviously, man, he seems mortified, like we all are, by the information, but it was his son, so you can imagine it's even worse for him. And the worst part is, apparently, a lot of people that know Kobe Bryant and Kobe's dad, they know that Kobe and his dad didn't have the best relationship. They really tried to exploit Kobe, sell his memorabilia. There's a whole story about that. And he was apparently on the cusp of mending the fences with Kobe Bryant before this horrible news happened. And that's currently what I have for you guys so far. These are the latest details I have, and I will of course post anything extra that I hear about the tragic death of Kobe Bryant on this channel as we get more news going forward. Once again, guys, I would really like to apologize to you guys for the way I handled it. It was shell-shocking to me, and as a result, I posted some of my sloppiest work of all time, and I hope this video does right by you guys, does right by Kobe Bryant, and I hope you guys could forgive me. I'm your boy, TheFlightMike, and I'll catch you guys soon.